Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Late last year, I asked various regulators who came before this committee whether they believed our banking system was strong or not. And they all answered yes. So today, I would like to start with that same question for you. In your opinion, is the U.S. banking sector strong?
On balance, the answer is yes.
What are you balancing there?
Well, there are some risks, and there are some institutions that will face stresses from commercial real estate that we know was significantly impacted, particularly office buildings, by the pandemic. Interest rates are higher. Loans will have to be refinanced in an environment with higher interest charges, lower valuations, and rising vacancy rates. So, for some banks, this will be a concern. But on balance, I'd say the system is well capitalized.
So one of the things that we've been looking at, and I want to talk about you leading the council, you're obviously the chair of FSOC and its efforts to monitor the risk and vulnerabilities within our financial system, of which you just named a few. I would certainly hope that part of this and part of what you're evaluating is the potential risk that regulations and rules, new rules coming out, the very own agencies that you oversee, what risk those may pose to our economy. I think these regulations could fundamentally weaken the banking sector. And so just want to talk to you about that. Are you assessing that and the implications of these new regulations or rules and what they will do to the American economy?
Well, I think you've raised a very valid issue, but FSOC's charge is to identify vulnerabilities in the financial system and threats that could lead to systemic financial consequences, and not to undertake an evaluation of the cost to the financial sector of actions that regulators have taken. So I don't think we're the right agency to be.
I do hope, though, that you're looking at the cumulative impact of all of these things. It seems that everything is moving so fast. We look at where our economy is right now, and I think that somebody needs to take a step back and take a look at how all of these things layer onto each other, what they do, and then what they do to the end user. This is about everyday Americans. This is about people all across the state of Alabama. And so I'm certainly hopeful that there is somebody that is taking a look in a broad way at all of these things and how they work or don't work, more importantly, together. Speaking of risk, I do want to discuss the U.S. sanctions policy. While I appreciate you being here today, I was frustrated that the Treasury Department did not appear before this committee following the October 7th atrocities that we saw occur across the globe. That was no doubt a day where we saw pure evil. And I want to talk to you specifically about our relationship with Iran. It's no secret that Iran is the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism, providing hundreds of millions of dollars to support terrorist organizations like Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, as well as proxies in Syria and Iraq. They are actively carrying out other atrocities, including attacks on American civilians and service members. We know weakness invites aggression, and if we want peace, we have to do that through strengths. Terrorists are emboldened to target Americans and our allies. It seems that this administration, in the face of that, has doubled down on a strategy of appeasement. My question to you, Secretary Yellen, is after the October 7th attacks, the administration took actions to sanction a number of members of Hamas and operatives and financial facilitators, but obviously that was too little too late. How long had the administration known about the financiers of this terrorist attack prior to the actual date of October 7th?
Well, we have been focused on Hamas and other similar organizations and have been taking actions on sanctions before the attacks. We gained a lot more information in the aftermath of the attacks and have taken many more actions. And we've also been cracking down on Iran with respect to oil shipments, with respect to their petrochemical sector, with respect to steel.
And respectfully, my time is up. I would just say it's not working. We have to go back to a pressure of maximum strategy, because right now the Middle East is on fire. Iran is having its will, and we have 3 American service members dead. We've got to move in it.
We're very focused on it and
Senator Fetterman of
doing a
Pennsylvania is
great deal.
Senator Fetterman's